JDs and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode in the Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green Speed Run Letter Challenge. I'm your host Zeej, and I'm going to be taking you through letter B today. The theme of today's name is going to be pretty straightforward. If my name is Boron, well, I'll let you finish that. Likely going to be the elements though. Did you know that boron, it's actually useful for P-type doping in semiconductors, creating these holes that are not really positive. There's nothing there, but in comparison to having an electron there, it's positive. So as we started up, we're gonna see what we pick up. The Bulbasaur starts with the letter B. Name him Bismuth, and believe it or not, bismuth is used in Pepto-Bismol. That pink gush. Whoa, pause. Actually, one time I drank Pepto-Bismol and I puked it all up. Entire thing was pink. Just disgusting. So, not really for me. Ever since then, didn't really use it. But, hey, if you need it, take it. We're going to have a reasonable number of Pokemon to have at our disposal. We have the Bulbasaur, very clearly. We have Beedrill, Butterfree, Bellsprout, and Big Daddy Blastoise coming in the late game. So the beginning is going to be pretty simple. Early fights, we're kind of on par with where we need to be. We're going to get Leech Seed early. Leech Seed is really, really good. Being a grass type, we take care of Brock fairly easily. Moving into Missy, we also take care of her and her water types very easily. So this early game is actually going to be pretty quick. Where I think we're going to struggle, based on the planning and mapping of this, is going to be that mid-game where we're past the point of being able to use Bulbasaur effectively, but we are not at the level cap of evolving Blastoise. Now, for anybody who hasn't watched a previous video, let me break down some of the rules. Rule number 1 is going to be we have to use only Pokemon of the given letter. In this case, letter B. Rule 2 is that we're allowed to use alternative level up methods to evolve the Pokemon into something that's usable and are of the letter. A good example would be evolving our Weedle that we're going to catch, or Caterpie that we're going to catch, into a Beedrill and Butterfree. Now, similar to how I said that level cap differential, I'm going to adopt a Nuzlocke rule, where typically in a Nuzlocke, you're allowed to level up to the ace of the current gym leader, and you can't exceed that. So, what I'm going to do is modify that slightly and say I can level them up to the ace of the next gym leader up until they evolve into a Pokemon that's usable by the rule set, or namely just begins with the letter B. The last two rules I also want to talk about is if there's going to be potentially rare candies flying around, I'm not going to allow myself to sell any item that isn't specifically meant to be sold, aka like nuggets. And then the last rule would be I have to catch at least one Pokemon from each evolution line that start with the letter B, in this case. That's why I have to catch one of each of these. I don't really plan on using Beedrill or Butterfree a whole bunch, or even the Bulbasaur, or the Bellsprout, to be matter of fact. Blastoise is going to be the only thing at the end of the game. But in the spirit of the run, I got to catch at least one from each evolution line. Tuning back into the video, we're fighting our Weedle so that we can get our Beedrill. So we threw 2 balls and we're not really doing too hot. 3 balls, not catching them yet. Let's try some tackles. He's really kind of cooking us. Okay. So finally ended up catching him after the 4th ball, which not what I was expecting. I was hoping for a quick in and out so we can get this over with. As we begin to name him, we're going to name him little guy Barium. Did you know that Barium actually burns a different color? I believe it's green. Don't quote me, but I think it's green when it's lit on fire. So it's pretty good for fireworks. As we catch our Caterpie right after our Weedle, we're going to name that Bromine. Bromine's one of those halogens, and it's pretty good for like chemical manufacturing, really. I mean, bromine is pretty good at being a leaving group, so using it for manufacturing pharmaceuticals and chemicals and different types of reactions is pretty good. Squirtle!
I like turtles.
And Squirtle, we happen to find a wild Squirtle. Kind of crazy how that happened. I don't know how it happened, but we ended up finding one, and we named it Beryllium after we called it. Now, Squirtle has a pretty low catch chance, so that's why it took us so long. But did you know that Beryllium is a pretty strong metal and typically is used for aerospace applications because it's such a low letter on the periodic table? It's very light, so it's pretty good for structural parts on an airplane. As you can see, like I said earlier, we jump right into Brock, and it is 2 up, 2 down. Super easy. Vine Whip really takes the punchy rock and angle beads down with the old 1-2 pop pop. After the Brock fight, I end up trying to evolve our Caterpie into a Butterfree, so we now know Confusion. And here's the man of the hour, everybody known as Big Dick B. Bulbasaur is also starting to evolve now, so he's trying to become an Ivysaur now that we're level 16, but we just can't let that happen because Ivysaur does not begin with the letter B. So Lil Bismuth gotta stay Lil Bismuth. Gotta stay true. And we're just catching levels left and right at this point with all these different trainers. I'm doing this on purpose because I think we're going to need it in the long run. We don't get Blastoise until level 36. 36, you're only able to, by my rule set, hit that once we beat Erica, because the 5th gym leader, Koga, is actually at level 43 for his ace. We have a long time to go in this game, really, the first 4 gym badges, before we can even really look at. Blastoise is going to be our dog coming down the stretch, going to be the main one for the Elite Four, if not really the only one. So it's going to be a balance of saving XP points for him as well as leveling up Bulbasaur for the early game and mid game. Skipping through Mount Moon, there was nothing that really happened other than we got Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf is kind of a huge win, pretty high critical hit ratio, and it's one of the strongest grass type moves that are in the game at this point. They really gave grass no love in Gen 3. As we start the Misty fight, it's going to be pretty straightforward tactic. We're going to try and hit as many Razor Leafs as possible. So Staryu got off a few Hardens, but grass is special type, so it doesn't really matter. And Starmie gets taken down in 2 shots with Razor Leaf. Again, not an issue because Misty is weak to us. So we have a super effective advantage. And looking at the time, we are at 212 right now after saving up the Misty fight. We were way behind for letter A. Oh my god, were we behind. That was miserable. Up until we got Thief, in which case it sped up a little bit. Considering we were at maybe about, well, we beat Brock at like 13. So I think we made it out here with Thief by 16, maybe? Maybe less, maybe I'm over-exaggerating how long Mount Moon took after we already have Thief, but yeah, it would probably be about that 13, 14. So we're making 6x better progress, minimum, than the A run. But yeah, we're blazing an absolute trail here that other letters are going to have to figure out something to catch up. And this is the first wall that I was really expecting in this run. Rival 2. Rival 2 was so bad for us because everything we have is weak to Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto knows Gust, one-shots both of my bugs, Butterfree and Beedrill, and it doesn't one-shot the Bulbasaur, but on the second attempt, I end up thinking, you know what, maybe Butterfree is able to pop a few confusions, get a confusion, and we can work it down after that. Not possible. So Pidgeotto is actually a 4-shot with Gust on Bulbasaur because he's such a high level, but even then, we don't really have a lot of ability to set up because right after he's going to send in Charmander, who knows Ember. So we're either going to need a lot of luck, or we're going to need a slightly different strat, or we're going to need a few more levels. So we're going to try and big brain strat this right now. So I have 2 bug types, both of which no string shot. Pidgeotto, pretty quick. So we're going to try and string shot here. Hopefully bring the speed down. Then, I think to stay healthy, the obvious play is to use Leech Seed right afterwards. And then I'm going to try and use Poison Powder, because tackles really don't do that much. So I think we can get it down to like maybe 3 turns if we have Leech Seed plus Poison Powder plus a tackle. Hopefully Leech Seed, Poison. Okay, well, we were close, but we're at way more health this time. So we're going to Leech him again. Hopefully we stay healthy with this. Poison hits. So now we're getting recovery, plus damage, plus tackles. As long as we outlive this Ember, we should be fine. And we didn't, but we do have Leech Seed at the end, drops the Charmander. Perfect. So, now Abra's free, but there is a Rattata in the back that has Big Dick B's name on it. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to Harden, because he only knows physical moves. So we're going to Harden 6 times, and then we're going to start using Fury Attack, because that's probably our best move here. I mean, it's either Fury Attack or Poison Sting, and he's a Psychic type. So, Fury Attack, I'm going to work him down. Obviously, Poison Sting we could use as well. Doesn't really matter. He wasn't doing anything to us unless he crit, so that's why we were able to live that. Great move, Big B for the win. Absolutely love to see it. Unfortunately, that's probably the extent of the action he's going to get, although it was a very high-octane fight. So we're going to skip right ahead past Nugget Bridge to show you that we found a Bellsprout. Again, super lucky. Honestly, kind of crazy that they're even in this game. Eee. End up naming Bellsprout. Any guesses? Any guesses? Say it out loud. You're right. It's Boreum. So, Boreum. I'll give you the quick spiel. What is Boreum used in? Absolutely nothing. Boreum is only around for research purposes, in all reality. It's just too unstable to actually do anything with, so no actual purpose. After we catch our Bellsprout, we move right on to Rival 3. Hopefully we can get cut pretty easy, but looking at last time, I don't know if that's going to be so easy. Let's just one-shot him. Same strat. Leech Seed. Okay, we finally hit him after all of those sand attacks. It's a horrible thing to see. Poison Powder, please. We got super lucky there. And now our accuracy is super low. We still hit with the tackle. Love to see it. Miss the tackle, but because we have so many status effects, we do get the drop there. So, trying to Leech Seed again. Hit the Leech Seed. Man, we are, again, with the accuracy drop. Man, the Kinesis. And disabled my Razor Leaf. Oh my god. Bismuth is pulling through. With all the accuracy drops, he's still pulling through. Oh my god, come on. Come on. Oh my god. Bismuth got it on lock. Come on, baby. Oh, okay. He gets taken out by the Raticate. Let's see what Burying can do. Oh my god. Ooh, one shot. Okay, okay. Let's see what Bromie, can you Confusion? Not doing too much Hyper Fang one shots. Boreum, please. Yeah, of course. Boreum. You gotta Vine Whip him. There you go, look. Alright. Well, that didn't really last. So we're still able to lose despite us getting really good luck with all of the hits through the accuracy loss. Kind of unfortunate, but we come back full health, full PP, and we're going to start with Leech Seed just like last time. It avoided the attack, but takes the second Leech Seed. So here we go, see the effects of the tackles, missing because of all the accuracy loss, but we're staying relatively healthy. Gust is really not doing much. Disabled tackle this time, okay. So hit the Confusion, get hit with the Confusion. If Kadabra uses a Psychic move on us, we're really just cooked. So, again, really lucky on that first attempt to have him not use that. We try and paralyze him, but his Synchronize ability ends up killing us. It's not like we really had a shot anyway once Bulbasaur dies. He's our only Pokemon that really does anything, to be entirely honest, at this point. So, this time, start with Leech Seed. Start with the Poison Powder, same exact tactic as the first time. Second time, just didn't work out. Alright, so Pidgeotto got dropped, 46 health. I think, honestly, just keep the same thing. Expect the disable, so we tackled. Then we used Razor Leaf to finish off the Kadabra. Razor Leaf almost kills Charmeleon this time again. So there could have been maybe a special defense difference in the Charmeleon when we change and try it again. But ultimately we get to take it down. And this time, instead of using Quick Attack, we just get to move first over the Raticate, which is fantastic. So we pick up Cut, and we continue moving forward to the ever so lovely Electric Lock puzzle. And we find it on the bottom left and the one to the right of it. So Lieutenant Surge, they're not really good enough, but we start with half health instead of going back to heal and a paralysis. 2 Razor Leaves take down Voltorb and Pikachu. Pretty straightforward. 1 Razor Leaf looks like we do half. Can we hit it again? No, we get paralyzed. And we do, we crit. Okay. So Raichu's taken down, and Lieutenant Surge is over. Okay, pretty easy fight. We're at about 5 hours now, so still really on a good pace. We're 5 hours, 3 gym badges. So see if we can keep it up, or if, hopefully we can speed it up. But that would be unlikely, because the Elite Four might take a while. Who knows? The acids from Victory Bell just ruined our Bulbasaur on this. We put it to sleep with our sleep powder and compound eyes, but it doesn't really mean much. We're level 15 to their level 29. The base stats are just so entirely different. It's the writing's on the wall. So we're gonna lose this run against Erica, which is not completely foreign. I mean, Grass Poison against Grass Poison is not the best matchup. So instead of doing that, we run over and fight the Fire types, which are even a worse matchup. So I don't know what I was thinking when I did this, other than, I want to go get Fly. I want to go get Fly. Idiot. Obviously, this isn't going to work. Why? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why is Bulbasaur? He's standing in there. And we just double seeded. 2 seeds? We're shooting our seed everywhere. Oh my god, we're just dropping seeds left and right. You gotta, oh, like missiles out here.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, so we end up dropping a Ninetales. All right, let's see what we can do against this Rapidash. Rapidash knows Fire Spin. You're dropping Fire Spins, man. These are the dumbest fire types I've ever seen. They must be using random move. Stomp. Got lucky that there's no flinch. But we end up beating the 2 fire type double battle. That was extremely impressive. So once we get that, we actually run back to Erica thinking, what are we going to do here? So I taught Cut instead of Tackle because we needed an HM, and Cut was maybe a little better than Tackle. But it looks like we are maybe able to get this out. So we do squeak out the win there against Victory Bell. But we are paralyzed. So I switch in Boreum or a Bellsprout. Go for the Sleep Powder. Switch him in. He full heals. I'm looking for syntheses. I'm looking to synthesize myself right now to gain back that health, and I do rip 2 in a row off the paralysis, so that's really nice. Giga Drain does nothing to us, so we are in a very good spot for this. Leaving Vileplume. Vileplume kind of scared for, the acid's pretty strong, so see if we can get the cuts working early. Yeah, Synthesis breaks through paralysis. Synthesis again. Can we get it? Can we get it off? Bingo, that's ton. That's huge, that's huge. We might be able to have it. Oh, we have just enough, baby. So we get through Erica. We get the cuts. We should be good. Which now means that we get to use our Blastoise. So we pull the Blastoise out of the box, get him to level 36. First thing we do is teach him Water Pulse, and then we sprint the Giovanni. Giovanni 1 shouldn't be a problem. We ran through the entire base. And we just start blasting away with some Water Pulses. I mean, he has Onix, Rhyhorn, and Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is a tank and is actually pretty good with the Mega Punches, but really didn't really stand a chance against our Beryllium or Blastoise. moving ahead to the Pokemon Tower for our next rival fight. We have a pretty good combination going right now between our water pulses and our bites. So we're just going to rock out to bite to anything that we need to. And anything else, we just water pulse. Charmeleon, we water pulse. The Pidgeotto, we water pulse. And it ends up working pretty well. There's nothing else in between Pokemon Tower and Koga. So instead of showing you all the battles that I encountered on the way down, and again, I'm battling just about everything because Blastoise missed out on a ton of XP throughout the first 4 gym leaders. So if we want him to be used as the main event, as the only Pokemon that we really bring our ace and knows moves and can do damage, then he's going to have to soak up a lot of XP that he missed out on. Koga goes down pretty easy. I mean, it's just water pulse, water pulse, water pulse. And moving on to the next rival fight. So rival 5, we are in a pretty good spot. We have our Surf now instead of our water pulse. We have Protect, Skull Bash, just to have it as a normal move, and then Bite again. But in all reality, there's not too much that is standing in our way right now. At level 60, we're really just washing away everything with Surf. Kangaskhan, even the bulkiness of Kangaskhan doesn't stand up. The Charizard didn't stand up to our Surf. The Pidgeotto didn't stand up to our Surf. The Kadabra's just Alakazam doesn't stand up to the bites. So nothing really to see there. Moving on to Sabrina. We, as everybody expected, use a bunch of bites. And they drop 1, 2, 3, 4. They drop 1, 2, 3, 4. Super easy, super straightforward. And then we're on to Blaine. So we run through all of Blaine, and if you couldn't see this one coming, I don't know how much I could help you. We use Surf 4 times in a row. And he drops like flies. After Blaine, what do we do next? We quick take a fly over to Giovanni. And Giovanni has these beautiful, beautiful ground types. What do you do for a ground type? You dump an entire ocean on top of them, and then they wash away. So we use 5 Surfs in a row, get 5 kills. Super straightforward. Something that I did pick up and I do want to teach instead of Skull Bash was Brick Break. I think Brick Break is going to be helpful for the ice types. Super effective move, and getting into Elite Four, we don't really have anything else for Lorelei in this case. The other thing that I want to get is, well, the coin case, so that we can go to the casino, get a bunch of coins, and pick up the TM for Ice Beam. So we have Blizzard, but Ice Beam is 100% accurate, and although it's not 120 base power, it's, I believe, 90, 95, which I'll take the consistency and the slightly lower power instead of the 70% hit chance, because Lord knows that at 70% hit chance, I'm probably going to hit maybe 25%. I think I might have the worst luck or RNG in history. I can barely roll dice well. I have a losing record in rock, paper, scissors. So don't really want to take the chance if I don't have to take the chance, so I won't. We end up teaching Ice Beam to our Blastoise. So final moveset is going to be Ice Beam, Surf, Bite, and Brick Break. So we save right before the Rival 6 fight and right below 14 in-game hours. So we're still making pretty good time, I would say. And we fight Rival 6. So Rival 6, we're going to Ice Beam the Pidgeot, one-shots that, because, I mean, we're at level 70 at this point. Ice Beam to Execute for super effective. We're going to Bite the Alakazam. One-shot that, that's pretty good. Surf the Rhyhorn. Then Gyarados. We use Ice Beam, does half. Level 45 to 70, alright. And then we Surf the rest, and then Surf Charizard down. So that actually went pretty smooth. Going into the Elite Four for the first time, we have a lot of coverage, a lot of strong moves. There's only one thing that I'm kind of worried about, so we'll see how that goes later down the line, but I think we're in a very good position. Our in-game time is just under 14.5, so we'll see how long the Elite Four takes. Going in to fight Lorelei, we are at level 74. Brick Break doesn't kill Dugong at the beginning, so that was kind of unexpected. But she did use her one full restore, which means she can't use another one until Lapras comes out. We surf Cloyster just to see how much it does, because we know his special defense is actually very low. And it does a lot, but it doesn't kill. We bite the Slowbro after killing Cloyster with the Brick Break. Two-shot the Slowbro, not a problem. Two-shot the Jinx, not a problem. Kind of concerned about the Lapras coming out. Very, very bulky Pokemon. Brick Break the Lapras. Lapras Citrus Berry gets it out of healing range, and we break through Confusion. That was extremely smooth, and I couldn't have asked for anything more. Bruno, being an Elite Four member, is kind of a joke. I foresee zero issues, and I think we're just going to steamroll. I don't even heal beforehand as we enter this fight. So we're going to look to Brick Break the Onix just to see if we can one-shot it. We can't. He uses Rock Tomb, drops our speed, not a problem. Still Brick Breaking, we kill him. Hitmonchan, we surf, doesn't get him one-shot. Rock Tomb again, I'm getting pretty slow. Okay, Hitmonlee's faster, Brick Breaks me. Mega Kicks me, we don't one-shot him. Surf, okay, crit, needed that. Oh no, we're not faster than the Onix. Ooh, and Surf back, okay, we held on. Man, did we hold on. Lucked out there. Let's quick get to that full restore. Oh my god. That was so close on a fight that I did not expect that to be close at all. Up at 75, going into Agatha. Bite the Gengar, down low, it's going to use a full restore. I mean, they're not going to use a second one. Only use one double team, so we bite him again. Ice Beam the Golbat, one-shots that. I think we're going to Surf on the Arbok. The only thing that makes sense here. Got poisoned after the Sludge Bomb. That kind of sucks. Gonna bite the Gengar. Citrus Berry gets him out of healing range, hopefully. Doesn't heal. We bite him down. And Bite should take out Haunter one shot. So we actually live with 4 health through the poison. I just need to make sure I didn't move anywhere by accident, because I would have taken 4 tick damage instantly. Oh man. Alright, moving on to Lance. Hopefully it's not that close of a fight this time. Bite? It's the only thing we can really do against the Gyarados, to be honest. Try and Surf. Try and Bite. We crit the Bite. That's huge. Oh, that's huge. Ice Beam Dragonair, one shot. Ice Beam Dragonair, one shot. Ice Beam Dragonair, one shot. Ice Beam Dragonite, one shot. Bang, bang. Ice Beam Aerodactyl, one shot. Let's fucking go, baby. Man, we ran through Lance. That was so easy. Bent Lance over a barrel and showed him the 50 states. My big issue with the champ right now is that Gyaradoses are not going down easy, so I'm going to have to figure out something to do to effectively kill them. Running into the champ. What do we got? Ice Beam first, obviously. And we crit unnecessary. Ice Beam on Executor. Definitely going to run that one. Super effective against the grass type. One shot him. Bite the Alakazam. We knew it wasn't going to kill him. But he flinches and we kill him. Surf the Rhydon. We're in good position, except Gyarados is a Bane. So we're just going to bite him down, see if we can do it. Fight seems to be working through the Thrashes. And he full restores. Okay. Switching to Surf. Ooh, crit. Not another full restore. Surf it again. Surf it again. Why not? We just need 1 for Charizard in the back. That's all we need. Switch it to Ice Beam? I mean, why not, right? I'm at 9 life. What are we going to do? And a full restore. All right, chalk it up. Chalk the run. All right, we're going to run. Oh, baby. Ice Beam crit. Oh, baby, an Ice Beam crit. And we Surf Charizard in the back. Let's go. Blastoise pulled through again. Improbable odds on this. Wow, baby. He deserves that. Blastoise deserves that. And with a 1454, way better than A. Needless to say. A finished up at about 28, almost 29. This finished in legitimately about half the time at 1454. It's kind of insane to think, and just put it into perspective, that to beat Brock with Abra took approximately the same amount of time it took B to beat the entire game. And I mean, at least by Surge, the game was over for B, where A was still at Surge. Like, insane to put it all in perspective like that. So, love to see it. B was a great run. I think 1454 is that. I don't know if that's S tier. And again, we might have to adjust the rankings as we go. Like, maybe we're gonna see something unexpected, maybe something comes in way under this, but I gotta go high A. I think there might be room based on what I'm seeing, but I think this has got to be a high A, if not S tier run. So that's gonna be my rating, and I had a blast. I hope to see you all in the next video. And this is Zeej signing off. See ya.